Hello, this is episode 17, and the theme to this episode is well, if the establishment wants you guilty, you will be guilty. You will be guilty. Again, this comes down to like a really big topic actually, which comes to like what is the truth, and what is justice, what is right or wrong, and there is no right or wrong. And again, it's a big freaking topic. I can like go on for hours doing this. But in this episode, what is going on in this episode that triggers me to just talk like a maniac? What is going on is this episode is the one that shows Maria Ross being wrongly convicted for Mao's Hill's death. The bad guys trying to get Roy Mustang off track and get him to kill Maria Ross and be revengeful and really get off their tails. Which, I mean, surprise, is not gonna work eventually. But I think that thing where they wrongly convict Maria Ross and their whole plan with Barry and Barry going and taking her out of the prison. It's a really neat episode. There's a lot that goes on. And again, because the anime was written after the manga was already written, it really picks up steam. But let's go back to the theme of truth and the theme of justice and the authorities. Because even though maybe you're not guilty and you're telling the truth, if the authorities just don't like you, they will find a way to just arrest you. And that's baked into the system. So unless our governments are not strong, which they are, if the system is against you, you're essentially screwed. You're just a person. And we can see many examples of it, but I'm not gonna talk about it because I don't wanna be one, So that's something for you to think about, and what's true and what's not true. Putting in a very small nutshell and very quickly, my thoughts about it is that essentially, if it's not life or death for you, knowing the truth, you can believe whatever you want. And I do think we evolved that way, that we're just evolved to know the truth to make us survive. But again, we're victims of our own success. We're too successful, so we don't need to believe in I wouldn't say perfect truth, but our beliefs don't need to be aligned to the truth to survive. We're just fine just believing whatever we want. We don't need to be truthful or anything to survive. So who cares about the truth? And most of the time really we are not designed to know the truth, So if we're not designed to know the truth and to think about the truth, why not get beliefs that benefit us? And that doesn't happen a lot actually. The more I notice, the more I realize most of the truths we know about and we use, they don't really benefit us. And that's something that takes a lot of time and takes a lot of effort to change. And that's a cool discussion for another hour. That's something that should be in the back of our mind. And that's it. This is a little review of episode 16. Not a lot about the episode itself, but a lot of thought and a lot of stirring up in my soul. This episode was really good. Thank you very much and good night.